Test 9. Hello?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Test. Test 255. Are we done testing?
Can you hear that?
Yes, sounds disgusting.
How dare you? How dare you find my bodily functions disgusting?
Oh, believe me, I'm a no.
You know
shape or
from
form.
experience.
I'm in no shape or form to criticize anybody's bodily function.
I know that's right.
Especially when I have, like, functions hanging out my ass.
Because you're quite the disgusting human being, I have to admit.
I can't help it. I think I'm going to have surgery.
On your ass?
On my hemorrhoids. So that's where they're at. If my calculations are right.
If my calculations are correct, this means I'm going to have surgery on my ass.
Oh.
Did you write any lyrics yet?
No, I haven't
It's
even. I'm going
time
to be honest.
to hear the Cuzzcast, but it's not called that because we can't get it. It's number 2 podcast with 2 cousins talking all the time about stuff that is going on in their daily lives, like hemorrhoids and ass surgery, bodily functions that are kinda gross, but it's okay cause you do that stuff too, and it's gonna be a fun time. Number 2 pod. Pod, 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 pod. Pod, 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 pod.
Cast.
No lyrics for this theme song. We've been doing this for a few times now, and we haven't written anything for us to go by, and we're gonna wing it. So please enjoy yourself with the number 2 podcast. All right. I think that's enough of that. That's a good time.
I think so.
Yeah.
We probably need to work on that too. I'm going to make a commitment.
I kind of want to, but I also kind of like just making up lyrics every time we play.
Like free-flowing?
Kind of. I mean,
freestyling.
Yeah. Freestyle.
Keeping it freestyle. Like rap.
Keeping it real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cuz, what's been going on since the last time I talked to you on this number 2 podcast?
Well, unfortunately, not much has changed.
You mean your life is still going the same every day? Same thing every day?
I think from our last talk, I mentioned a little bit about these pestering little body issues down south, if you know what I mean.
For anyone who hasn't heard the previous show, could you refresh our memories?
Well,
all right, I'll help you out. You're talking about your roid rage, right?
Yes.
And by roid rage, I'm not talking about steroids. I'm talking about hemorrhoid rage.
Those dirty little bastards. They hurt. Let me just tell you, I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
What would you wish on your worst enemy?
I don't really think I have. I don't think I have a worst enemy. That's why I don't know.
Well,
I would not wish that on anyone.
I'm going to sidetrack for a second. Do you have any enemies?
That I know of, no.
Oh, well, that's the worst kind. The kind that you don't know of.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I do, but that I could say this person isn't my enemy. They hate me, and I hate them. No.
All right. So you don't have any enemies. You're a really good person. Everybody likes you, except that now you have hemorrhoids.
My hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my enemies.
So would you wish hemorrhoids on your hemorrhoids?
No.
All right.
Oh, man, I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy.
Would you wish hemorrhoids on your worst enema?
No.
I can't believe we're talking about this right out of the gate.
Anyway. Anyway, my whole point is I think we're gonna have to have
Not we.
me and my little issues. Okay.
You and your,
I think they're gonna have to be surgically removed.
Wait, hang on. You and who were they? Hemrodio and who's the other one?
Oh yeah.
You named or I named them for you.
You named them.
Hemrodio and I forgot who the other one was. Let's just call him Ben for now.
You see? But that's since, look how long ago we had that talk. That was years ago.
Yeah, it was.
So this is like the worst that I've ever, I couldn't sleep for at least 2 or 3 nights. I was in pain. And the other problem is now because that since there hasn't been like a consistent routine, I guess, of me having a bowel movement.
Yeah.
I know when it comes, I'm going to pay for it big time.
Wait, when's the last time you went to the bathroom?
Well, I went a little yesterday morning, but we had drove down to Mexico, so...
Wait, you went to Mexico and you didn't have to poop in Mexico?
I did, but I was taking, like, stool softeners, but when sitting in the car for a long time, it messes with your flow of things.
Yeah.
It's like a stopper. And so,
I've been
there. Yeah, so I took stool softeners, and I guess because I wasn't drinking enough water, it kind of didn't really take its full effect. So it was rough. But anyway, enough about talking about shit.
Okay, well, I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to have to have surgery. But I'll let you know. I'm supposed to call the doctor this week.
That's going to be so awkward. Like, what?
Yeah.
How are you going to take it when people come to visit you? You're going to have your ass up in the air, and they're probably going to be like, "Oh, just leave it uncovered so it can air out."
Well, I say surgery, but it's funny. I read this thing on the way, and they said they now have like non-surgical procedures. So I have to find out what that is. It's like a band process, like. Now they like
a no, they're going to wrap it up until it like dries up and falls off.
Stop the circulation, of the blood.
Oh no.
Mhm.
So what is a hemorrhoid exactly? It's like a blood vessel, right? Like a.
I think yes, and it protrudes because of the straining, and most people get it. Not just women. I mean, it's men too.
Yeah, I know it
from straining and lifting heavy things, and of course, I think it's more common. The more common cause for women is the fact that labor.
Right. And
when they're having to like push a 7-8 pounder.
And you've had 3 kids. You've had 3 kids now, right?
Yeah. So I probably have 3 hemorrhoids.
So let's see. They're hemorrhoidio. Who else? So let's say you have 3 of them. Hemorrhoidio is the oldest, and we'll go Priscilla and Luis for the second 2.
Yeah. It's so sad because it's like literally they're pains in my ass.
Do you tell that to your kids?
No.
You 3 are a pain in my ass. I have a hemorrhoid for each one of you.
But this is funny. On the way to I know I've talked to you about my sister-in-law, and she's converted her life from she went from a partying scene to now she's kind of like preaching and praying for people, and
that's good.
Real involved in her community church. And so on the way, I was like, you know what, Luis, I think I said, do you think if I ask your sister, Yolanda, if she could get a hold of some type of natural herb for me to use?
To smoke?
Well, at first I started joking, and I was like, to smoke to kind of relax my muscles, especially there in that area.
Are you going to smoke it to your butt?
Nerves. Wait. And then I said, no, you know what? I don't even think I would smoke it. I think I would just like mix it with something and rub it on my ass. And then I said, no, on the way back, my luck, when we stop at the second checkpoint, immigration checkpoint, they always have their dogs out there. I said, they can probably want to start, they would probably smell the pot on my ass. So,
and then they would think you were probably smuggling it, so they would put their gloves on and go looking for it, and there you go with irritated hemorrhoids again.
Yes. I was like, no, that's not going to work. So the funny thing is we made it to his mom's, and I think it was Saturday night. No, that Friday night when we got in, his sister was like bringing out, she sells like jewelry and rosaries and different things that she has. And so we were looking at it, and I asked her for a few things. And then she pulls out this, like, rose oil stuff. And she's like, here, you can have this. But she doesn't know about my hemorrhoids because she always makes indirect comments or jokes about me. So I don't, I was like, please don't tell her about anything. But she hands me this oil, and she's like, this is really good. When you're sick, you just rub this oil on you and you pray, and it's, it says to help you. And I looked at Luis, and the first thing that came to my mind was me rubbing that oil on my ass.
Well, that might help things pass through easier.
I was like, and I started laughing, and they were like, well, it's not so much that the oil does all this, healing. It's your faith and the prayer and da 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 da. And I was like, no, I understand, but I'm thinking I was going to ask her for pot so I can rub it on my butt.
And she's giving you rose oil instead.
Yes. He had to have been there. It was funny. That was
Sounds
funny.
hilarious.
It was.
I believe you. Did you rub it on your ass?
No, not quite. I don't know. Luis was like,
what? Real fast. What?
Like,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
He was like, well, I don't know. Maybe you're just supposed to like put it on your forehead or something.
Your forehead looks just like your ass. It's the same thing.
No. That's so bad.
No, I was going to ask, what kind of religion is she that she's giving you oils and stuff?
She's Catholic, but I think it's more in the Mexican culture.
It sounds like Santeria.
I don't know. She's okay. We're okay. Luis is leaving. Sorry.
Right, tell him I said bye.
Right I don't know. I think it's more of a culture thing, like rituals, traditions, like the egg.
Yeah, that's voodoo.
That's
no, I'm serious.
Natural.
I really
herbs.
think a lot of the stuff we grew up doing, thinking that it was okay, I think it's actually part of Santeria, and maybe voodoo, hoodoo, some of those other things just got pulled into it.
I do think our family did practice that. Well, I know for sure Bones did, but.
Well, I know that I've had an egg rubbed on me whatever oil was.
Well, it was when somebody stares at you and gives you the evil eye. Duh.
Yeah, I know. I never...
And then if the egg is cooked, I'm like, well, shit, it's hot.
I know. We're in Texas. We're in Texas. Y'all are in Mexico. Come on, man. That gets hot. Yeah, you're going to have a cooked egg.
You put it under the bed. It's supposed to draw out all the evil eyes.
Under the bed? They always put mine in the microwave.
No, they didn't.
I know.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they get the little... She has the oil, and then she gave me this incense stuff to burn, which I do kind of like. I work with this guy, and he burns incense in his office. Okay. Sometimes it's a little strong, but I don't know. I do kind of like it, so I was going to try that. But I don't consider it voodoo or Santeria.
Santeria. I don't
Santeria.
practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. If I had $1 million. What was that?
I don't know.
Did you just pop a spring?
No.
Did you hit something metal?
No.
'Cause I seriously...
I didn't.
Okay. Maybe...
I went like that. Is that what you heard?
No, I didn't hear anything that time. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's on your end.
Yeah, I think we have... No. I think it's on your end. It came through my left ear. I think... Yeah, I think we have some sins we have to confess from just growing up in a Mexican family.
Yeah, like rotten eggs make your bed.
Yeah, like we were prayed over with an egg. What else was there? I mean, that was a big one.
Sometimes, I don't know. Excuse me, but I don't know. I kind of feel like that's kind of true. I don't know if I believe it so much now, but then.
Well, yeah, back then we were younger. We didn't really know any better. And
wow.
I'll be honest with you. There was something very comforting about that. It felt like the physical sensation of a cool egg. And I know they were making like the signs of the cross on you as they were doing it. Like maybe it was just psychological. But, you know, when's the last time you had quote unquote ojo?
Because my mom did that to me probably a few years ago because I had like the worst headache. And I just felt bad. Like, I don't know what it was. And she did it. I don't know, honestly, I don't remember if it cleared it up or not. But, I mean, it's been, like I said, I'd say 3 years is kind of recent. Having that we hadn't had it done, that I hadn't had it done since I was, like, at home, probably 11 or 12 years old.
All right. Well, like I was saying, don't you think, though, it might be more psychosomatic or like a placebo effect where you just believe that it's going to work because you grew up believing that it did something? Yes. So it's more of just kind of a comfort thing. I
think so. And that's kind of like with the oil, the rose oil stuff. She was like, it's not, because I was laughing, but I wasn't laughing at the oil. They just didn't know what was going through my head. I was like, oh my gosh, what a coincidence. I was just going to ask her to rub something, if she had something I could rub on my ass, but I was thinking, like, you know,
what if she's
marijuana.
Psychic?
She would claim that. She knew. She would confirm. I wouldn't say she claims that she's psychic. She claims, she's actually said to me that God has spoken to her and, like, given her, I don't want to say warnings, but some type of insight to people in their health or, you know, like to help them. So she'll go to that person and say, and I'm like, well, one specifically was Luis, and she's like, you know, he's going to get sick with his stomach. And I'm like, well, duh, he eats horrible and he drinks. It doesn't take, you know, a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Right.
So, you know.
But she looked at you and said, your ass hurts.
No, she didn't. I told you.
She said
it didn't hurt while I was there.
She said, su cola está mala.
No. She's made comments about hemorrhoids before because my mother-in-law told her I had them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But, anyway, I do think the rituals are what, you know, I think it's just tradition.
But you don't, I know it's tradition, but you don't think that this qualifies as, all right, now, and I'm going strictly under like Catholic dogma, but you don't think this kind of breaks any of the rules that are set up by Catholicism that we were taught in, say, like Catholic school, like the Ten Commandments, there should be no other gods before me sort of thing?
No, I don't, because I don't think they're worshiping any, like when they do the egg thing, they're praying the Our Father. So they're not, now if if they're taking and sacrificing a chicken and rubbing blood all over themselves for whatever.
Well, haven't they done that too?
I think Grandma and Grandpa did.
God.
Remember he used to have those chickens?
Oh, I remember Grandma used to make fried chicken. That was good.
Too. I think Marcella too.
What the hell was our family into? How did anybody even find out about this? Like, this was all before the internet.
Thank God. Could you imagine?
Oh my goodness.
That was another thing we were talking about this weekend. Because somebody made a comment about a family member posting and just, oh, gotta go to the bathroom, post it. Or my boyfriend, that, blah, 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 he's this and that. Or talking about a girl and a guy. Anyway, just stupid stuff. And my sister-in-law was like, well, why did she post that? And I'm like, because they're young and they don't know. Well, her mom needs to tell her. And I'm like, no. We were all young, too, and thank God we did not have social media.
Because, I mean to tell you.
Can you imagine?
I was such a nerd. I probably would have invested too much thought. I would have given too much power to social media back then. And I would have been heartbroken and depressed probably by having, when you're a kid, you have your friends and your close friends. And this is something that actually counts that for you. And I know I would have had lower numbers compared to everybody else I knew just because I wasn't very outgoing and I was real shy and quiet. And I would have looked at those numbers in comparison to everybody else's and felt like less of a person. I'm so glad I didn't grow up like that.
I am too, because I was a boy.
Oh, that reminds me. I never put the picture up that we talked about from the first episode from when you were a little boy with a mustache.
Yeah.
Can I put that in the YouTube video?
Can you?
I can, but I'm asking you for your permission.
Oh, which picture is it?
Remember the one that I took of your mom? The one of you where you were little. You had a very bad haircut. You had looked like you were growing a mustache. I showed you the day at Mom's house when we were recording together.
I guess you can do that. Well, You're not putting it on Facebook, are you?
No, I'm putting it on YouTube.
Oh.
In the video.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, right now, when we're talking about what a scary little kid you look like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Memories going to come out. No, did I ever tell you that one of my old classmates Facebook messaged me? And I was like, oh, how's it going? And he was like, oh, things are going good. And we ended up getting on a subject about school. And I was like, yeah, after my mom put us from private school to public school, life just kind of, it was like a shock, culture shock. And, being from a very close-knit, small, 10 maybe to 15 students in a class to 30 plus students in a classroom to 500 or 600 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a big thing. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and then I was so shy in private school and I really didn't have a lot of friends. He made a comment something like, I'll have to pull it up and read it to you, but another time, but he made a comment like, oh, I always thought you were cute. And I was like,
I'm married now and I have 3 kids.
And I was like, were you gay? Because I was like a boy.
You didn't say that, did you?
I was like, okay.
Well, look, he was giving you a compliment. When somebody gives you a compliment, all you have to say is thank you. You don't have to make it awkward. You don't have to be like, oh no, you're just being nice. Just say thank you.
Tez, put the picture up, okay?
I know. I've seen it. I've laughed at it.
It's
But look.
Yeah, thank him for being nice.
You grew up to be a pretty woman, right?
I guess.
Can I show that picture of you with your nose smashed against the window?
Yeah, it's fine. Oh God.
So I'm gonna go from the picture of you as a little boy, and then when I said you grew up to be a pretty woman, it's gonna be your nose smashed up against the window, looking like a pig nose.
Yes.
That's gonna be a
horrible.
lovely sight. Yeah. Thank you for letting me make fun of you like this.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, and it's going to be on YouTube for anybody. It's going to be on YouTube for anybody to see.
I know, and I know right now it's mostly family, so I'm pretty cool with that.
Yeah, because our last show got 15 views.
Well, and our family, unfortunately, if you can get through the criticisms of family, then we can handle the real world.
Especially our family.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I think I told you this before, but I'll say it again. One of our relatives who is no longer with us, I heard her describing me one time, and her description of me was, he's not an ugly boy. And I was like,
is that not sad?
I'm like, does that mean I'm handsome, or does it just mean I'm not ugly? Because that wasn't exactly a compliment. She didn't know I could hear her, and I never said anything about it. But I was a kid when I heard that, and I'm almost 40 now, and it's still with me.
Oh my gosh.
Well, luckily I grew up to be a handsome man, and I have to admit the beard helps a lot because it hides a lot of my face.
Yes.
What? I look better with a beard.
That's like sunglasses.
Oh,
Sunglasses
yeah.
and a cap.
I should wear sunglasses, a cap, and my beard. And everybody will be like, ooh, who's that sexy, handsome man?
He's handsome.
But how can you tell? Oh, he's so mysterious. He has to be.
Not to change the subject, but I do have another story to tell you.
Go for it.
We were out of town, and when I got back yesterday, I noticed that there was I took Sandy out, and Chapel, the boxer, right now he's been, we have him leashed up, I guess, because we're working on the house outside, and he can't roam in the yard because of all this stuff. And anyway, when I got home yesterday, I noticed that there was like a lot of trash where he was at. And I'm like, what? I thought, well, maybe somebody that was working at the house brought their kid and they were playing and left trash. And then I started looking again. I'm like, you know what? There was like a trail of trash, rocks, a brick that had been broken. It was like an old brick. I don't know how to explain what kind of brick material it was, but it was like a stone. I mean, where it could break easily.
Yeah.
Pottery brick, I guess. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm like, what is going on? So, and then I started thinking somebody was throwing these things at my dog. And when I say rocks, I mean big rocks. And like I said, the brick, the toys, trash. I mean, it was just messy. Well, this morning, it pissed me off because I was like, this is so wrong. Our dog is a good dog. He doesn't bother. Of course, he barks when, there's people or things that he's not familiar with.
Right, well, every dog does that.
Yeah, but he's friendly, and he's so sweet. But to know that somebody would be throwing that stuff at him, I was, like, pissed. I told Luis, I'm like, I'm ready to go buy those little security cameras and put them up because I'm going to find out who's doing this. So this morning, I get up because I was getting ready because I had this podcast thing that I had to do.
That's right.
I got up and I took my shower.
Wait, did you really get up for the intention of doing this?
Yes. What? I was like, I got to make sure I do this.
Well, because I appreciate you making sure you wake up for 10 a.m.
Yeah. I was seriously.
To do this.
I was like, yes. And then I told Luis, I was like, I have to work today at 10.
Did you really say it like that?
Yeah. I was like, at 10 o'clock, I'm not going to be available. He was like, okay. And then I said, he made some remark yesterday on the way because I was like, I have to do this. And I was like, it's okay. When we're famous and you want to come on our show, I'm not going to let you.
When we start making 25 cents a show.
Don't ask for a cut because it ain't going to happen.
Don't ask for a dime because after we split it and pay our taxes, we won't have it.
Oh, anyway, so I'm taking my shower and I hear something hit the house.
This morning.
So, and I look out, I'm in the shower, okay? So I step out and I look out my window and I can see Chopple. He's loose, but he's as far as he can get away from.
And Chopple is your boxer?
Yes.
Okay.
And I can see the neighbor. It's a little boy. He's probably about 6 or 7.
What the hell?
He's like 2 houses down from us. He was throwing rocks at Chopple because I didn't even turn off that shower water. If I was like, I've got to get out there right now because he's doing it right now. And I wanted to grab my phone so I could record it, but I didn't. I hurried up and just threw a shirt on and shorts, soaking wet. I run outside and I catch him like about to throw another rock. And I was like,
hey, you little bastard. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
I said, you have been throwing rocks at my dog. I said, I've already asked because he picks on him. He'll go and he'll stand on like a swing frame because there's no swings on it. It's just like a metal frame.
Yeah.
He'll stand on it and he yells at the dog. And when the dog's not on his leash, he's just like ready to climb the fence and jump over to get to that little boy because he's picking on him. And I said, I've already asked you to stop. I said, you have been throwing things at my dog. I said, yesterday there was so much trash in my yard. I said, and you're throwing bricks and rocks. And
where are his parents?
I don't know. I'm assuming that they were at home sleeping, maybe. I don't know. I've caught him at the end of my driveway in the front of the house. And all I can do is make sure the dog is up to date on his rabies shot. Make sure I have plenty of signs that say no trespassing, beware of dog. Because Chopple actually looks like he gallops when he runs or he jumps. It's like he can get. Anyway, his mom, the dog's mom, has actually climbed the fence where she, at her house. And so the guy told Isabel when he gave him to her, do not teach him to jump because he will climb the fence. And so I keep thinking, like, this little kid is picking on the dog, and he's going to try. And I feel like if Chopple jumps that fence, he's going to go after him.
Yeah, and even though it's the kid's fault, I mean, if something happens, they always blame the dog. Yeah.
Yes.
So if he's doing that again, this is weird to say because he's such a young kid, but try and get it on video, just so there's evidence that he was the one who was provoking the dog. I
told him, I said, I ought to go to your parents right now and tell them what you're doing. No, ma'am.
You should have.
Please don't. Well, I want to, but I just feel like with the whole you're on my property, and then I really don't want to see that little boy get a spanking. Like, I don't know what they would do to him.
Break his arm.
I don't know. Because, like I said, I've seen him. He stands at the end of my driveway, and our street is so narrow, and the cars have no respect for speed limit and kids playing or not. They zoom through this neighborhood like they're on a speedway.
I hate the street that you live on.
So do I. And so to see that kid out, you know what I'm saying, he seems like he has a lot of freedoms, maybe.
Yeah.
To kind of roam and do what he wants. But I told him, I said, if you hurt my dog and you keep throwing these things at him, I said, I have video and I have cameras. I said, I'm not going to go and show your parents. I'm going to go to the police because what you're doing is against the law. It's animal cruelty. I said, and also, this house that you're at is not your house. You shouldn't be even on their property. Yes, ma'am. And he took off running. I was like, if I find out you're throwing one more thing at my dog, I'm calling the police.
Hey, cuz I don't blame you.
I mean, I was very, firm, but I was like...
Well, that's because you've raised 3 pains in your ass.
Yeah. There's no room for another one. Literally, there's no room. It's taking all it can take.
It's already blocking me up.
Yeah. So that was my morning. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean...
Well, that sounds very adventurous.
It was.
You caught a 6-year-old red-handed. What? Wait. What if he would?
I wanted to see.
What if he would have thrown the rock at you?
I don't think he would have. But if he would have, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have called the police.
I'd have picked up a piece of dog shit and thrown it at him.
And believe me, I feel bad for Chopple right now because he's so good. He does it.
Wait a second.
We've had
Wait. I just realized you named your dog Chopple, and there is a drug lord, a very vicious, well-known. Is he still on the run?
No, he's actually been extradited.
Yeah. Oh, to the U.S.
To the U.S. Yeah.
Okay. So you named your dog after a drug lord?
I didn't. Isabel did.
She named him after a drug lord?
I think she did.
Oh, that's just dangerous.
No, not really. I mean, Chopple is actually a very common Hispanic nickname. So
you should transition it from Chopple to Chopper.
Actually, I thought about Copper because he's copper.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but I mean, he knows his name.
I got you. Does he like to dig?
He's so funny. He goes out. I mean, you walk outside and he is like, sit, whatever. And I'm like, no, Chopple. And like, he sits and he'll like give me his paw so I can rub him. And
oh my goodness. You have the dog spoiled, don't you?
Yeah, she's very spoiled.
Do you like him better than Sandy?
No, what's wrong with you?
Sandy's such an ugly bitch. I'm
going to have to send you a picture of her so you can post that.
She looks, at least the last time I saw her, she looks like the end of a dirty mop.
You know what, Toad?
Go ahead, lay it on me.
Sandy has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, the place that needs mopping.
I know she's... I understand that she is not the best-looking dog that's out there, but she is so cute.
Ugly cute?
Yes.
Well,
She's so ugly, it's cute.
I'll just say this. She's not a pretty dog.
She is. She lays on the couch, and she's, like, so tired, and you see her little teeth.
Her snaggle teeth?
And her tongue, like, hangs out, and she's got, like, a curled-up lip. It's just funny. He's just so cute.
Maybe she got hit in the head with a brick.
No, she didn't, Cause.
Did the little neighbor boy hit him with, hit her with an ugly stick?
She doesn't stay outside, so he doesn't have access to hitting her.
Thank goodness. Because he would throw harder at her.
He probably would.
I'm just saying.
Poor Chopple. Get mistreated like that. I hate that.
Yeah, that's not cool. I don't like cats. I'm not, I love dogs. Not a big cat person, but I don't like violence towards animals. Like, I had a friend I used to work with. She had a cat problem. A bunch of stray cats would come around her house. They'd get under the house, and she'd hear them when they were having sex and stuff like that. And they'd be peeing all over the place, and she could smell it. She wanted to kill the cats. I was like, no, you don't just kill them. Try to find a way to get rid of them, but don't kill them. And I hate cats, but I don't want them to die. That's just cruel.
I think that's very cruel.
I think she was talking about like poisoning hot dogs or something like that. And I'm like, no, that sounds illegal too.
That's animal cruelty.
Totally.
Just take them to the pound, and if they can't, they usually adopt them out. But what's really sad too is if they can't, then they end up putting them down.
Yeah, but I think at least, I don't like that either, but at least it's more humane than trying to poison them.
Yeah, that's true.
They just get gassed. They get real sleepy and never wake up.
Well, my mother-in-law has a dog that has, I don't want to say, I would think if you look, okay, how could I say this? But it just looks like it born with birth defects. When it was born, it had like a foot that was not fully developed.
It has like a club foot?
Yes. And the dog's a she dog.
That bitch.
Her head is actually, her head is bigger. It's kind of like too big for her body. And she has these huge ears, but when you look at her face, you can tell that she's like challenged, like disabled. I don't know how to say that.
Okay, cuz I'm glad you're laughing because I didn't know if you were telling this as a sad story. I've been holding back a laugh this whole time. I mean, this poor dog, I'm sorry for it, but... I'm
going to have to see if I can get a picture of it for you.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'll just post that picture of you as a kid. Speaking of birth defects, look at that mustache.
That is so wrong. I still deal with
you know what was wrong? No, you know what was wrong? You grew your mustache before I did, and I'm older than you. Hello?
That's too funny. Well, my son has taken after me in that area.
Yeah, he is pretty hairy. And his voice is so deep for... How old is he?
He's 12. He'll be 13 in September.
But his voice changed when he was how old?
His voice changed probably a couple of years ago.
So around 10?
Within the past year, yeah, year and a
10
half,
or 11.
2 years. Mm-hmm.
I call over there.
It's crazy.
I call there and he answers, hello? I'm like, is your wife home? Who? No. This is Louise. Oh, is your mom home? Yeah.
Mom, it's Eric. He does. He sounds so much older than a 12-year-old.
It'll probably level out.
I hope.
Because I feel like when my voice first changed, I feel like it was deeper back then, and it's kind of leveled out now.
Oh, that's good.
At least
did you go through the squeaky voice stage?
I don't remember having a squeaky voice.
Or high pitched. There was a guy that I used to hit. I mean, he had like a soft. I'm like, what in the hell?
I don't know. Then, I don't really remember my voice that much back then. Probably because I didn't talk that much.
That's sad.
I mean, I don't know. You were there. You don't remember?
Well, I mean...
You were too busy with your friends.
I was a boy.
Yeah, when did your voice get deep?
I think when I was 14.
Oh, because... Go ahead. No, I have to tell you, speaking of puberty.
I think it was like 13 or 14.
This is...
When I started shaving.
Your ass?
Yeah, no, my mustache.
Yeah, I was about 14 when I started shaving too, but I had like a little... It would just grow at the edges, kind of like that Fu Manchu style mustache.
What the hell is wrong with that? I mean...
I don't know, but I would shave that off because I remember how Chalo looked when he would grow his mustache in high school, and it was just so thin and not... I didn't like the way it looked, so I didn't want to look like that. But I will tell you, when I was going through puberty, and this is a really personal story, stop me if it's uncomfortable for you. But I discovered I was growing body hair down there by accident because one day, this was still when I was in junior high. I hadn't started high school yet. I went to the restroom, and when I was zipping up my pants, I caught a hair. And I was like, oh! And I looked down, and I
like it just grew overnight.
I don't know, because like some guys have the stories of when they discovered their first pubic hair. I had a few of them already, and I didn't know it, but I found out because somehow it made it through my underwear like a piece of wire and got stuck in the zipper.
I hate those hairs.
Yeah, and that's when I discovered. I was about 13 or 14 years old. I think I was 14. And I was like, oh, wow. And they were like really dark and thick.
That is disgusting.
It was. It was so disgusting. But I wanted to issue a warning to anyone around that age, but I was embarrassed. You know, I'm not going to say, hey, look, when you're zipping up, make sure that nothing's poking through your underwear because it might hurt.
Well, I didn't even know that area should have been, like, groomed, I guess.
You mean like with a comb and a brush?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, minus the comb. I mean, minus the brush, but, like, a comb and some little scissors or something.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. That's what I've, you know, it should be maintained, just like your mustache, your beard, and the head on your hair.
The head on my hair.
The hair on your head. That's the second time I've done that. I don't know why I can't get that right.
I don't know either, but I'm glad you didn't. No, that grooming thing, I bought... I don't know. This is embarrassing. I bought a product called the Man Groomer. And it was to shave personal body hair. I think that's how they marketed it. And on the packaging, it had circles around your armpits, and it had a circle around your crotch. So, you know, it wasn't like trying to be secretive about its intended purpose. So I never shaved my armpit hair, and I wasn't going to do that. That's not why I bought it. I bought it, like you said, to trim up the area down there. Cousin, the first time I used it, it caught a piece of skin. And let me tell you, I've never seen blood so red in my life. And I just kept thinking, oh my God, what have I done? And I didn't lose a lot of blood, but I did feel lightheaded for a second because of where it was. And I was just like, oh, I've made a huge mistake. But then, you know, I cleaned it up and wiped it down with toilet paper and stuff till it stopped bleeding. And
oh my God.
And then I was like, should I finish this job? Because, like, I'm halfway done, and this doesn't look attractive at all.
Oh my God.
So I finished up, and then I was itchy for the next month or so as it grew back.
Oh, gross.
I was like, what the hell am I
laughing, and I feel your pain because I've kind of had the same thing happen to me. Oh,
no.
And I did the thing. I got so scared. I was like, oh, shit, what did I just do? And I just, like, stopped. This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But there are several people that have no issues with confidence, and they will go and have their stuff just, like, straight wax.
I can't do that. I would never do that. In fact, I quit grooming. I'm like, you know what? I'm a man. I don't need to do this. And that was it. As sexist as that might sound, I'm like, look, I'm not taking any more chances. Well, hey, look, it's not like I'm it's not like I'm going through women hand over fist. It's, hardly anybody sees that area anyway, so.
Well, still, I think whether it's high traffic, low traffic, no traffic, I think it's still supposed to be maintained. It's like brushing your teeth.
I mean, I'll wash it. I'm not going to use my beard brush or beard oil on it. Oh, actually, that sounds pretty interesting.
Oh my God.
Hey, I'll let you know on the next show. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. That's disgusting.
Well, cause I think it's getting close to that time.
Okay.
I think.
What are you saying?
Unless we keep going.
I don't know. It just seems weird that we were just talking about our pubic hair.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean,
we're a really close family.
We started out with hemorrhoids and ended with pubic hair.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think that's a weird combination.
You think?
I mean, it's still close. Not too far off.
Yeah, we started from the back. Now we're here in the front.
We started from the bottom. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, I mean...
Oh, I got it. We started from the rear. Now we're here in the front.
There you go. We started from the rear. Now we're here. That could be our motto.
I want a new motto.
Well, I'm going to try to work on some agenda plans for next... on an agenda.
You gonna work on what?
An agenda for our next call.
I can't hear you.
An agenda?
I can't hear you over the music.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Oh. No, I said that we're having an agenda for our next call. Because I think I need to do a Facebook news update, see what's going on.
You haven't done the Facebook news update in a while. Well, because I guess that's a good one to end it on. So let's just go ahead and say thank you, everybody, for listening.
Absolutely.
And hope to see you next time on the Number 2 podcast with Number 2 Cuz and me.
Yes.
Do you have any lyrics yet?
It's almost like the Mickey Mouse show. Now it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, just say goodbye.
Goodbye.
No lyrics. It's time to say goodbye to the Number 2 podcast. And we're gonna go live our life so we have something else to talk about next time.
Absolutely.
Time. Come on, cuz, help me out.
No lyrics. And I am going to come up with, if anything, just like maybe a one verse type thing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No lyrics.
No lyrics. It's time to say goodbye to all our friends and family. Thank you for listening to the Number 2 podcast. Cast. The Number 2 podcast. All right, cuz.
All right, cuz. Take it easy.
Just a...
Bye. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, do I hang up now?
You can hang up. Goodbye.
Bye, cuz.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.